Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ninth weekly update for the Turf Battles Triumphus project. Um, this week, we've officially closed our Indiegogo campaign. We've actually reached our goal, and we've done better than that. We've reached our secondary goal of 6,500 USD for a grand total of 6,872 USD. So the campaign is now closed. I'd like to thank everyone for their donations thus far and all the support they've given, even if it hasn't been towards donating, but as well just spreading the word about the campaign itself or turf battles. Um, Everyone that's donated will receive their perks when the time comes. Um, each perk is different, such as the chit chat perk gets redeemed immediately. The elite tester perk gets redeemed immediately, but perks such as beginner's luck and deal of a lifetime and um, beta tester all only get redeemed once the stage of development reaches that point. For example, the beta tester perk can only be unlocked once we release closed beta, so that's when we'll hand that out. We'll be emailing everyone that donated when the time comes, so be sure to check your email. As well, since we reached our secondary goal of 6,500 USD, we're going to be giving out game boxes that have the game installer on a CD, as well as a booklet describing the game along with its functionality. And these are all going to be graphical pieces as well. The box itself is going to be pretty graphical. And along with each box, there's going to be a promotional code that'll give a donor crown to the player that redeems that code. This code will only be available to CD cases that were purchased during the campaign, so only to the players that donated 50 USD or higher will receive this crown. And again, that's going to be given out when the game reaches its official release. That being said, all the closed beta and alphas are now closed. The only way to get into them now is through contests. We won't be holding any contests through for the alpha. We will, though, for the closed beta. Scotty has already posted one contest for closed beta invite. You can check that out by going to the events page on our forum. And it's just called the Verosian Challenge. I want to apologize that today's update came so late at night, or in most people's cases, early in the morning. We've actually been doing a lot of work on the server this past week in regards to the networking structure of the server. This had to be done just so that once we do have lots of players online, it won't cause any lag. So we've been kind of integrating our main server with a new test server that we're going to be trying to use. So far it looks good. We'll have more information on it next week possibly. Everything has been transferred over as of today, so real testing on that's going to be happening this next week with the elite testers and Scotty and myself. So this week I told you guys that we were going to have a couple different things on our update. I'll just go right ahead and start showing you guys that. Various bugs were also fixed. We're always finding new bugs, especially with our elite testers that are playing usually. They find the bugs and we usually fix it. Alright, and I guess today we will use fist. Will be X dog X. Alright, so first on today's list is going to be player deaths. Players do die now. Along with that, there is now PK points. Those are calculated properly now as well. If you go and kill someone in a PvP area, you'll gain a PK point. If you die in a PvP area, you'll lose a PK point. PK points won't go below 0 like a Nana. I personally thought that was the stupidest thing in the world. As well, we now have PvP channel working as well. So it's really starting to look like old turf battles. We've also... What else have we done? We've added a lot more monsters. I'll show you that later on in the video. And I've also fixed the damage calculation so that there's an actual variation between damage hits as well. There's a crit chance now. So for example, before we would always hit criticals, and those criticals would always be the same value. So you would always hit, for example, if your AP was 8087, you'd always hit 8087 on someone that has 0 defense. But that's not how it's supposed to work. You're supposed to hit between a min and a max value. As you can see here, the Accurate Gauntlet has 3500 min attack and 4500 max attack. Therefore, I should be hitting somewhere between 3500 to 4500 on normal hits. Not always the same value, but always in between. And as well, there's a crit chance that'll allow me to hit even higher than that. We've also set that to how it was in turf battles, where a crit will hit double of the damage it was going to hit if it wasn't a crit. So if you were supposed to hit 1300 and then you got a crit, then you will now hit 2600. So we're going to go ahead and show you dying and as well the damage. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it a bit. Oh, and as well, I've also fixed some various bugs with explosion effects. Before, you were able to hit players while they were in a non-PvP area. This wouldn't cause any damage, but it would show that the player is being hit. We fixed that. We also added sound to when you damage a monster. So that's all nice. So we're just going to go ahead and kill Scotty here. As you can see, the damages vary. There was some crits in there, some mins, some maxes, all the variation. Scotty says that was with no rings, so we're just gonna get some rings on. Taking his armor off. As you can see, I'm hitting a lot higher now. I just hit a 9k crit, around a 4.5k damage. And again, it all varies depending on your AP and your opponent's defense. Now he has his armor piece, so I'm going to hit a lot less. 2ks. That's without rings, just a full 10. Now he's going to come back and he's going to have a full 10 set as well as 10 rings. And again, these are all highly unrealistic leveled gears because... one sec. As I was saying, these are all really unrealistic item levels. I mean, maybe one day somebody will have a full plus 10 set, but it'll be very difficult. Not to mention the rings. It'll be difficult to make plus 10 as well. Alright, so now Scotty has everything on. I should only be hitting around 1k normals, 2k crits, 2.5k crits, 900, 1000, 1000 normals. Yep, seems about right. So as you already saw, he dies and he respawns. Respawn locations have been set, so you can now change your respawn location if you go to a nurse. Talk to the nurse, she'll change your respawn location to the new zone. The default respawn location is in LAD, like it always has been. As I said, PvP channel is working. All you have to do is put a newbie shell on, and then go to edit channel and type in PvP channel. Just like in old turf battles, you're able to disable the PvP channel. And we're just gonna go ahead and kill Scotty again just so you can see. And there it is. I always preferred it on the pink chat. And that sends to everybody on the server, not just you. It just keeps going. Blades right now seem to have a bit too much of HP. Here I've died, so it says the big best blade has killed XDogX. I have no tribe, so it doesn't show any of the tribe content. I'll go back to my spawn spot. Respawn in Lad. As I was saying, you can change your respawn location using the nurses. For example, I'll just save mine here. I think it'll still be relatively the same location since it's still in Lad, but that is how you change your location. And as you can see, I got a little confirmation message here saying that my location has been changed. And we're just going to go back to soccer so I can show you guys PK points. If you guys noticed earlier, I had 0, now I have 4. I'm going to kill Scotty and I will have 5 after that. See? 5 PK points. Now Scotty's going to come back and he's going to kill me and I'll have 4. See? It went down to 4. Now there are some other bugs, for example, I guess I actually fixed that bug, but monsters have been fixed. They don't all walk in the same direction anymore, or at the same time. We'll just wait for see. They all move separately, not in the same direction. All pretty nice and neat. They all die accordingly. I don't know if you just heard that, but I just hit a monster and it made a hit sound. As well, the dying animation makes sounds. And there are a lot of monsters in this area. The next step is going to be designing an intricate monster system where the monsters aggro accordingly depending on settings for that specific monster. Some monsters will aggro, some monsters won't aggro. Whether or not a monster will follow you once it's attacked. Things like that. We're just going to go back to soccer and Scotty wants to show you guys attacking with a low level weapon. So I guess that means I have to go buy one. Just buy anything. Scythe Gauntlet. And we'll equip that. And there it is. And we'll just go to soccer. And now, due to the fact that my EP is so low and his defense is so high, I'm probably going to hit crap on him. Yep. I hit 277 crits and 0 normals. Oh, 45. Now he has his rings off, and I hit 200 normals. And there he goes. Next, I am going to show you guys some of the monsters that we've been adding. I'm just going to go ahead and ask Scotty which areas I should take you guys to. Alright, so it looks like the islands are done in terms of having monsters, so we're just going to go to each of the islands and take a quick look. I guess we'll start off with Aya Island. The level restrictions still aren't placed as we're still testing everything, but here is Aya. Mini killer mushrooms, some zombie trees. Just trying to find a zoom in. There they are, the Newt Rangers. There's one. They seem a little scarce. There's another one. Another one. Seems to be quite a few mini killer mushrooms and not enough Newt Rangers. Might have to change that up a bit. And we're just gonna try and see if we can find the Guardian on here or not. This might take a bit. I don't usually play around on Aya, so I'm not sure where the spawns should be. There's the other invader crystal. Oh boy. Scotty doesn't seem to be answering either. Well, he says it's around the defender, but I personally don't see it. Alright, we'll just come back to Aya after, and Scotty can show us. I'll go to Shui next. Just gonna go ahead and save a TP spot here. So this is Shui Island. Right now we're at the defender. Here's the bandits. Mini killer mushrooms. Here's the Banderson, guardian of Shui Island. Clearly right now they have low stats. Those are going to have to be increased, but that's not a problem. Some more bandits. Zombie trees and bandits, mini killer mushrooms. Pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and go to the next island. So it goes Aya, Shui, then Kando. Zombie trees, mini killer mushrooms, imps. Seems like there's a bit too many zombie trees. and not enough imps or main monsters on the island. And the imps might be a little bit big. I'm not exactly sure where the guardian is on here either. Oh, speak of the devil. Here's the mini lake and guardian. Oops. So we're just gonna go to Dwan now. We took the defender crystal. And I'm not sure if anybody else remembers this, because I didn't at all. But Scotty made a point in proving it to me that the area games Dwan Island is not the same as the one that was used in HyperEngine's TB. Apparently in HyperEngine's TB it was a lot more, I guess, flat. As well, the area games TB Dwan had flying trees, apparently. So we found that, and that's where our Dwan is. If you guys look up, there's the flying trees that he was talking about. But yeah, and then these are just mini killer mushrooms and some bomber kings. Everything you should expect from Dawn. Just try and find the Drake Guardian. Should be around here somewhere. Here it is. And next is, I guess we'll do NATO real quick. Tornado turf. Another thing that we still have to code is custom monster functionality, such as like this wallstone isn't supposed to let me pass if I don't own the zone. So we have to do that as well. We have to make a function so that some monsters don't move. Right now all monsters do move, so things like the wall move. Here's the Megalopias and the Iron Maiden. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Something that happened in old turf battles was that the more AoEs that were down, the faster the spawn rate for the Megalopius. So we might see if we can recreate that effect. And then that was the red honor side. The blue tier side will be over here. And it's the same thing, except these ones would drop blue tiers. And now we're going to go ahead and go back to Crystal Room so we can go back to GC. And we'll go to gate 4. Something else that we still need to code is we have implemented an area system. However, there's an enormous amount of areas in the game. I'm sure you've all noticed. So we're going to try and use the original areas that the HyperEngine server was using, so that we don't have to recreate everything. In doing so, we have to modify our system a bit so that it can pull all the information from the original files. Um, it shouldn't take too long. We already know how it works and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and try and do that sometime soon. But yeah, this is GC. That's the Creature King. It dies pretty easily, just like every other monster right now. Ghost Ubas and then the Ghost Maze. Here's a Ghost May. They're just all over GC. Here's the Reaper and the Skeleton Archers. As I said before, they're moving around right now. When we finish the monster system, they won't be moving around. So don't worry about it. And we'll go ahead and kill the Reaper. There he goes. And now we'll just go ahead and kill this noob. There we go. Here we have the Ghost Castle Defender Crystal. And then, I'm not sure if Scotty has added it yet, but there should be... No, it doesn't look like he's added it yet. But we're going to be implementing crystals on top of these gates, just like in old turf battles, so that the defenders can use them to teleport above the castle. So they can better defend the castle, I guess. What else is there? Looks like we can go to Rampo, because he's added Rampo floor 1. And we have a little bit of a temporary way to get there right now. This will be changed later. I think it's over here. Right, so here is Rampo floor 2. There's no monsters here, so I'm not sure what Scotty was talking about. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little cheating on my part to get to floor 1 real quick. Don't worry, this functionality will be disabled when the server goes live. It's just working right now because it makes everything a lot faster for testing, along with some of the other commands give actual information about the game that we need. So here's the giant cave mantis. I'm not sure if I remember the exact path, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill the monsters as I go. Seems like he only added the monster bosses, possibly. Here's the giant frog. Giant cave arcane. Arachne. And again, these monsters are kind of moving everywhere, so that's why they're going in and out of the map. That'll be fixed. But if you look on the minimap, those monsters are there. Looks like it might need some work, especially for dungeons. We'll come back to Rampo at a later update, I guess, when it's more stable. Here's all the dragonflies, if you guys remember that. And there's a bunch of monsters over there. Alright, and then let's see if there's any more monsters. We're gonna go ahead and go to Silent Arena. Apparently there's monsters there. And that's where we're gonna close off this weekly update. We're starting to run out of time on this video. Don't know where to go to find Silent Arena. Haven't gone there in a while. Where is it? I guess it was all the way down there. Yeah, they are. Just a bunch of ghost wires. Alright, that's it for this week's update. Again, sorry that it came late. We'll have another one ready for next week. I'm not too sure as to what's going to be on next week's update. We're more concerned on getting the server in a stable condition with the new networking system. But I'll keep you guys posted. And then when I do know what's going to be on next week's update, I'll let you guys know if I can. Alright, that concludes it. Thanks again for all the donations and the help and the support. Yeah, thanks. See you guys next week.